Hi English learners, welcome back to class. As you know, I am Laura from laurasenglishclass.com, and as you probably also know, there's a stereotype about how Americans love their cars. Of course, it probably has a lot to do with our auto industry, and it also probably has to do a lot with our public transportation infrastructure and how you kind of need a car. But in any case, today we're going to talk about some interesting expressions that have to do with cars. So let's get started. So here's our list of vocabulary that we're going to talk about today. I've sort of ordered it from least dangerous to most dangerous. So hopefully none of these things later on the list will happen to you, but let's get started. Our first word on the list is actually a slang term, to pull a Yui. This is spoken style. I actually had to look up how to write it because I don't usually write this one. I don't think you should write it. If you're going to write this down, it would be more formally make a U-turn. So make a U-turn and pull a Yui are both the same thing, but pull a Yui is a little bit more casual, a little bit more informal and spoken style. What does it mean? It means that you're driving in one direction, you want to go in the other direction, so you decide to turn around right in the road. So in the shape of a U, you go in the opposite direction. It's not necessarily dangerous unless there's a lot of traffic or you can't see clearly. There are places where you will see a U-shaped arrow with a line through it on a sign. That means don't make a U-turn, or there'll be a no U-turn sign that just says that. That's usually because that area is a little bit dangerous to make U-turns, so please follow that. Don't get in trouble with your U-turns or pulling Uis. The next one is to bottom out. Bottoming out is not necessarily dangerous, but it's not good for your car either. Bottoming out is when you drive over something that scrapes the bottom of your car. So maybe there are speed bumps, but they're a little bit too tall and your car is a little bit too short, so your wheels go over and then so that scraping sound on the bottom of your car is bottoming out your car. So try not to bottom out your car because it's really not ideal for your car. Next one. This one is one of my pet peeves. I hate it when people do this to me, but it is so common. Tailgating somebody is when the person in front is just driving along, the person behind is not giving a safe amount of distance between the cars, but instead is driving right behind them. So they're practically in the back seat of the car. They're driving so close. I really hate it when people tailgate me at night because their headlights shine right into my mirrors and I hate it. It's also a little bit dangerous. So don't tailgate people. It's not nice. The next word on our list is actually a little bit dangerous. This is when you're driving and maybe you're not paying really good attention and there's a light ahead of you that you don't notice was green, now it's yellow, and oops, now it's red, but you still go through. This is to run a red light. Running a red light is illegal, of course, because if you're supposed to stop and other cars are starting to go, it is very dangerous to keep driving. So don't run red lights if you can, because it's also a very expensive fine in the USA. So running a red light, definitely starting to get into the more dangerous items on our list. Let's move on. This next word is a little bit more dangerous. This one is also when you're losing control of your car a little bit, where you have control of the front of the car, but the back of the car is like a fishtail. So the action of the back of the car sort of wiggling around, not in the direction of the front of the car, so it looks like that action, is to fishtail. Sometimes you can fishtail when you're slipping on ice, or maybe you go around a corner too fast and the back of your car is still going as the front starts to straighten out. So that is to fishtail. You could say, oh no, I was driving on icy conditions and my car was fishtailing all down the road. So that means your car is kind of wiggling around. You're sort of not fully in control of it. It's not ideal. A little bit dangerous. Let's move on. This next one is something that happens if somebody runs a red light, or it happens when there's somebody driving and not paying attention who hits the side of another person's car. So this person who runs the red light sideswipes the other person. Or the other person here who's driving along just normally is getting sideswiped by the person who ran a red light. This one is definitely a dangerous one. I hope that you never have to use this verb for your experiences driving in English. Let's move on to the next one, which is also a little bit dangerous. This next one is to rear end someone. So if you are, let's say, tailgating somebody, they're driving along and suddenly an animal gets in the road, so they stop and you don't have time to stop and you hit them. You have rear-ended them. So you can get rear-ended by somebody where they hit the back of your car, or you can be that person who doesn't stop and rear-ends the other person. This is definitely a dangerous one as well. So hopefully, again, this one, fingers crossed, you don't have to use in English with your experiences as you're driving. Next one is even worse. This next vocabulary item is what happens when you get into a car accident or a car wreck where your car is totaled. So you can say, oh, my car was totaled, or you can say, in the accident, the other vehicle totaled my car. So to total a car means to completely destroy it. The car now cannot run. So everything is broken, bashed, crushed. Hopefully everybody inside is okay. This one is the most drastic. Our next one and our last one is a number of car pileup. So if you talk about a 4-car pileup, a 20-car pileup, that means usually on the highway there's some sort of accident that has caused a car to hit the other car, then another car hit that car, and another car hit that car, and it's just sort of this crash of so many cars together. That is a pileup. There was a 10-car pileup on the highway last week. That's not a true story, and hopefully this one doesn't happen to you or anybody you know, because it is definitely the most dangerous. So, a number of car pileup. Anyway, we have now gone through all of these words, from our least dangerous to our most dangerous. They're kind of interesting sounding words for sure, and I hope that you don't have too many occasions to talk about those more dangerous ones at the bottom. But please, if you have any questions about this vocabulary, be sure to let me know either below in the comments here on YouTube, or come on over to laurasenglishclass.com. You can leave me a message over there, or you can, of course, sign up for your next online English lesson, or use all of the free materials that I have for you over there. All right. Cool, that's it for today. I hope that you and your family are healthy and safe, and I will see you online very soon. Bye-bye.